The Menendez brothers' bid for shorter sentences has again been delayed. Xanthi Mallett is a criminologist at Central Queensland University and she joins us now. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Talk us through it. Why has this been delayed?
Well, back in February, the Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, actually requested a further risk assessment by the parole board, and that hasn't been handed down yet. So there's a delay has been requested whilst we wait for that risk assessment.
The Menendez brothers, this trial captured so many headlines at the time, back in the mid-90s, which I can't believe it was that long ago. But why has it grabbed so much attention now?
Well, there has been a couple of documentaries over the years, but there was recently a Netflix series as well. And that's really what has drawn this further attention to the case, because it really did highlight some of the issues with the original case, in that the brothers were, absolutely abused by their father physically and sexually. And that is really what this is hanging on. Have they served enough time given those extra mitigating circumstances?
So what are the chances of a reduced sentence for the brothers, do you think?
I think the chances are actually very good. If they are found, at resentencing, if it's those mitigating circumstances are accepted by the judge, then he has the option of reducing their sentence from life without parole to 50 years to life. If he does that, then because they were under 26 at the time of the offences, they'll be treated as youth offenders. They can serve half of that sentence, which they've already done. So I'm expecting them actually to be released. I certainly hope so, because that's my belief that that would be a just outcome.
If they do get released, what would happen then? Would they be under bail? Would they have restrictions? What would happen?
Well, they would be released on basically kind of good behaviour. So there would be some restrictions, I imagine, put on them to make sure that they weren't a risk to the community. But I really don't think these brothers were ever a risk to anybody else. It was really the circumstances of their childhood which led to them murdering their parents. They've accepted they murdered their parents. They didn't deny that during the court cases. It was the reasons behind it that were really the contentious point. So I don't think they're a risk, but there will be probably some security measures put around them to make sure.
How much of an influence could this case have on perhaps other cases, or is it just a situation where it's purely this case that people are focused on, or does it have implications?
Well, I think it certainly does raise some of those issues around childhood abuse. What we know happens when young people are abused. Sorry, all the neighbourhood dogs are barking. You can probably hear that. So it does certainly raise some of those issues around abuse. So at the time, that abuse was denied, and we really didn't recognise the trauma that can occur with ongoing physical and sexual abuse. Now we know differently. So it has certainly lifted some of those conversations. And I think that that will continue to reverberate, because these issues are hugely impactful. So it's really given a voice to some of those childhood trauma conversations.